This is the Pocket Ephemera book I made to hold pockets and tags for when I do the Ephemera challenge. And just making the book, I actually filled it up. So there's hardly any room in here. But it was a paper folding project, and so it's adds all these pockets, and of course I made some tags to add into it, these types of pockets. And then I took envelopes and sewed them in, and this pocket here, this corner pocket, and then these are the December 1st challenge of these little tags that I made, inspired from Barbara 49 Dragonflies. So these are kind of little collages, snippet rolls. You just add into the journal. And then when I watched Louisa Hansel's video, I made these tab collages, some old pictures from 1940. Oxide sprayed. The moth-eaten doily was the challenge. Moth-eaten doily and page tab. That's an old playing card from some Happy Mail from the Shabby Chic. So all these can go right on the edge of a page. And like here, I already have some tabs, but they aren't fancy. They're just stuck on there. So these tabs are pockets and tags. And then use an assortment of envelopes to put stuff in. And then, okay, let me find the, yeah, these are just corners cut off, but they work for tabs. And then there was this one that you folded, and you could make it as a pocket and then like a belly band type of thing here. Just slip stuff into. And then this one is a fold-out pocket this way, so it's two envelopes. And then I just stenciled on them also. And then in here I have more of those pockets that I made ready to put into a journal. You can sew this one down or glue it down and make it a belly band type thing, or leave it so you can do some writing on the inside. I think this one was folded the other direction. Nope, folded the same way. And this was a strap. So this one you can put onto a page if it's a smaller page. And you tuck this into there. And then it tightens down on the page. So here is one of the pockets. And so I've got a little stash of them stuck in here. So when I start making more journals, I can just stick them in there and I'm done. I used coloring book tabs. And then these are little folders, what do you call them? File folders. So I have a assortment of file folders here. I rarely use commercial paper, but I was like, okay, gotta use it up. A larger file folder. So that was that book, and let me see if I can show you how to make this fold the paper in half, if I can get it to stay. My hands are so dry. Get my bone folder out. And you fold it in half again. You just fold each one of these corners down at a different level. Tuck that one in. And you've got little pockets to stick things in. So that's what this journal was going to be for, is storage for all these things that I was going to make. But I think this one's full already. So then I just stick it in here. But see, you can glue it on here, and then you've got your pockets. And I think that was it. Yeah, these two little ones I made. And I might as well show you these. This is one of the straps that you put on and pull it tight. That was hard to make. This is a paper clip tab. So there's a paper clip inside. You can just put it on the page, and I added a dangle to it. So this was an envelope slide, so a pocket here to put your specimen in. And then this, I think I already showed this one. They slide down like that. And there's a pocket in here too. And I think there's something in there. Yep. Another dragonfly. That was dragonfly wings. Oops, can't even see it. Just a hand-drawn and an old dictionary page, like the 1920s dictionary. They're pretty cool, actually, to read because they have all the tools and stuff in it. And then this was another pocket envelope, and I don't have the instructions on how to make that one. But it's folded in a particular way. So the whole envelope is folded, and then I added papers here on the pockets. And then I added a signature inside, so you can have a writing area. This is coffee-dyed paper where I laid a lace on it and sprayed the coffee onto the paper. Then this is part of that, and it's folded down the center, so I added paper to it to make the pocket more decorative. And then the fold goes into here. And then you can, I added cork wallpaper sample on the outside of it, and did some stenciling. And this is another little one. This is a manila folder. And I cut it to make a pocket. And decoupaged some napkins on it and did some gold embossing powder on it. Some gauze and more napkins decoupaged on. Oh, and then this one, this is one that I've got when we were going through the quarantine with the pandemic. I wrote in my journal every day, the morning pages. And so as I wrote, my letters were usually, I wrote day 14 on the page. And I decided when I looked back at it several years later, I was like, oh, these are hilarious. So evidently I got poison ivy that day. So I just took images off of my journal and made them into little cards. And it was a big issue about not having any poo paper. And then I wrote what I was doing that particular day. The meltdown, ideas for making masks. Just checking your list off of what you need to get done. And then the letters started getting characters on themselves. Gaining weight. And here they are, they're turned into talking faces. Taxes. What? Rain, rain, rain. Getting out in the garden. So this is day 76. Day 80. Day 80, 85. It's a shit show. With all the violence and stuff going on at the time. So this is when I was trying to sell my Summit Street and had moved out to Patrick Drive, and I was gardening and keeping both of them maintained. So I was mowing 2 places. Yeah, that quarantine was not fun. Cleaning up the 500-year-old tree. Day 135. Oh, I turned 70. Here they are getting day 321. Getting the shot. No more, it's all gone. And celebrating waffles Sunday. So that was a silly thing. I have them stuck in this envelope. Imagine. That's what I've been up to lately.